Could you explain some more how consciousness and the body-mind intertwine before a shift, and what happens when there is a shift? So prior to birth, there was consciousness, and there was I amness. And then in birth, it appeared that consciousness then was looking through a body. And as the body grew, there became ideas. So it went, rather than just I am, and this empty looking, it became I am good, I am Lana, I am right, I am better than. And there became an identification with a story of who you were. And through time, there became more and more identification with this person. The person grew and expanded into many different directions and got lots more I am this and that. And what seemed to be forgotten was the original empty looking and the I am, which is the essence of all things. So then what happens is at some point the person becomes too heavy. The character gets itself in all types of tangles and feels uncomfortable, so it begins to explore itself and it begins to look at this subject. And what it might begin to notice through the exploration is that the character and the consciousness and I am have seemingly become intertwined. So there's no longer the empty consciousness and the I am that was there prior to being born. It is I am a character who is conscious. So they come intertwined. So it feels like a consciousness a character is conscious looking through the eyes, and the character is conscious and inside the body and conscious of a separate world. So that's a dualistic world. So that's what begins to manifest. But there was an initial consciousness and I am prior to that character being grown. But it feels like they're intertwined. So that when there is an awakening, there is an energetic shift from being this to the consciousness looking at the person and all other things. So the consciousness, you could say it kind of like switches round. So the consciousness is no longer in the background, but in the foreground. And the consciousness is empty and looking at all things. And the I am is empty and being all things. And the character is something that's coming and going. Whereas before the shift, it's just always like this. I am a character that is conscious, that is inside here. And it's constantly repeating a story of itself and feeling like it's somebody that in there. And repeating and repeating and repeating. Where there is no consciousness, there is no character that is conscious. There is a consciousness that is conscious of a character, and the character comes and goes. So what you could say in awakening is an identification break. So this intermeshed person that feels like it is conscious breaks down, and then the experiencer goes back to what it's always been, which is this consciousness that's everywhere and nowhere, and the I am, which is all things and no things. And the character then comes and goes, but is not a solid fixed entity, but a functioning that's happening in order to live in a complex society.